Okay, greetings everybody. Keith here. Hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. We're going to talk to you tonight about accepting things for zero value. Because you truly have to quit being deceived. And we have to remember that in the law, which is specific, the language is specific. Now, if the language is specific and it relates to the accounting of the events, which includes numbers, then the numbers must be specific. And so when we're talking about accounting as in financial terms, you have to have them pluses, minuses, multiplications, divisions, showing where you get your figures. And of course, if that figure is going to be a monetary amount, then you have to have that little dollar sign or mention of the dollar sign or money or its equivalent. So if those things aren't there, then you have to be the assessor of the value. And you have to be competent to be able to explain your assessment. So what we have before you is some documents that was sent to me upon a notice that the local medical associates were going to discontinue providing public accommodation for my companion and her health needs. And so they all got together and wrote up a nice little record of all the bills that she supposedly didn't pay over the years. But what I want to show you, and I can show you on everything on the instruments. So as you see, we've got dates and stuff on one side, and we've got some kind of amounts on the other side. But notice there's no dollar amounts. There's no pluses or minus. There's some minuses in there, but there's no pluses. There's some decimal points. There's no multiplication, division. There's no subtotal or total. We go to the next page. Same thing. Bunch of numbers. No dollar sign, no pluses, multiplications, divisions. Just some minus signs in there. Incoherently with no subtotals or totals. None. All 7 pages. Same thing. Same thing. And this is what they sent me upon a request of a true bill. Now, as it is, there's no possible mathematical equation that you yourself can do based on this information. Think about that. They're asking you to do something that's impossible. They haven't provided the proper equative remarks or symbols or marks or whatever they want to call them that signify the actual intent clarified as it is a multiplication, mathematician, some kind of equation to come up with a final value. And there is no such thing. So they're actually asking you to state the value for them. So what they want you to do is go through and do the accounting for them and claim that you owe a debt. Because they haven't stated a debt. They haven't done that. What they've made is made a statement of accounting. So I wrote them a nice little letter on my letterhead with my epoch number and a subsequent epoch number for annexing to the above note. And it says annex to parenthesis capital L unparenthesis AST for last /firm, known as SCHM in all capital letters, and parenthesis, capital O, unparenthesis, BLIGOR, in other words, signifying obligor, known as, and then a number. See, the obligor is identified by a number. The obligated party is identified by the name, and the name and number identify a record. To whom these gifts present? Recently, Joyce received a bill, which was requested for order of payment to clean all accounts. See, that's what I don't have that letter on hand right at the moment, but I wrote them a letter according to their statement that they were going to deny her services if she didn't pay the bill. So I wrote them a letter as her trustee in life, her life companion, and it was my duty to make sure that these accountings were appropriate and correct. So we are transmitting copies of the bill, quote, bill, that we received from Cedar Valley Medical Specialists, for which we accept as a true bill for the value stated in the instrument. As it is patent in the instrument, there has been no value stated. Such commercial presentment is sufficient on its face for the value accepted. One sentence, very clear. If Cedar Valley Medical Specialists finds that there is a controversy, please be sure to contact the Board of Contract Appeals through the local postmaster and register a docket case number and provide proper diplomatic notice of service in all future transits of communications, whether they be literal, verbal, oral, or telecommunications. Contracts require privity first and foremost, which is arbitrary. If your records indicate that the amount is out of balance, then it is yourself that has a duty to research and to assist us as co-trustees in good faith of personage to clean the accounts. This is the law of contracts, and any disputes are to be resolved in arbitration according to the privy of contract. Known parties. Notice I expressed it. Grantor Thrift Trust, obligor, debtor. That clearly spells out G-O-D. It's a subliminal way of messaging them that you know exactly what you're doing and where you get your message from. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another man hath fulfilled the law. The only thing Joyce owes is to love, and that is a debt to all creatures. Absolute providence of his grace. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. Reverently, Chaplain Keith Orderly Little, FBU. They know exactly who I am or what I represent. So then, several weeks later, I wrote an annex to the above note, letting them know second communication to whom these gifts present. We are communicating this day because it has been well over 30 days since our communication set on the 14th day of the month of April in the year of our Lord, 2021. And that's referencing the original annex note of the first letter, which was annexed to the FBU, the Keith Orland Little FBU original number. And it says, and having no communications from the Civilian Board of Contract Appeals or yourself, and it should have been Postal Board of Contract Appeals, my apologies, or yourself verifying approval or controversy, we would like to take this time to thank you for your approval and our acceptance of the value of the bill in question. If at this time you feel there is a controversy, we will graciously wait for another 14 days for complete approval of final judgment in these matters or proof that an entry has been made on the federal docket. If Cedar Valley Medical Specialists take no further actions, then we hereby place our intent to make final judgment upon the account as settled. That's it. And this stuff has been over for 2 years now. So we have to realize that our communications, we have to let them be yay and nay. As long as we can keep track of them, keep record of our doings in it to show our good faith, then we're good. Because once you give them knowledge and then they have that duty and they don't act upon it, then you can only move forward in good faith. And anything they do against that would be definitely in bad faith. That's all you got to do is let them know that you're moving forward in good faith. You're doing so peacefully and that you comprehend how things are constructed. Because if you don't, you'll never be able to rebut it. That's why I say you really do have to unlearn what you've been told to remember. Go back and get yourself a concise English handbook and relearn all over again so you can tear this stuff down and see it for what it is. Like I said, there are no dollar signs on this document. There are no plus signs, no multiplication or divisions. They only have certain ones that have minus signs. And notice they say Credit Bureau, Blue Shield. They have all kinds of things. All kinds of people that are reaching out and claiming different amounts. And not one of them knows exactly how to conduct their own mathematical accounting. And they're the professionals. So you keep handing your banking matters over to the professionals, okay? Y'all have a good day now.